Today on the channel, Adventurous Ones, we're back on more comic book review stuff because now it's time for hit or miss. Was this a hit or a complete miss? You're about to find out because this is the comic book review show. Let's go! Welcome back, Adventurous Ones, for another episode of the Comic Book Review. I'm your host, as always, the master of all multiverses, and the reason why they have been total shitfest at this very moment. You're welcome, and I am not sorry one damn bit. Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, at your services, and right now it's time for Hit or Miss. Now, you already know we did about a year ago, back in 2024, we did our first episode of Hit or Miss. Well, we were kind of backlogged on everything since then, and now we're trying to get caught up. So, this is Hit or Miss, episode number 2. And we're going to check out these 10 titles today. And then next week, we'll be having episode 3 of Hit or Miss, and that'll be on next Saturday. And 10 more titles to go through to tell you whether it's a hit or a miss. Anyways, let's get started. We've got West Coast Avengers, issue number 1. Honestly, if you have not been reading the Avengers comics, the newer Avengers comics, the X-Men comics and stuff like that, which Tony here was married to Emma Frost. Yeah, they actually were actually a happily married couple together. It was, at first it was just like, oh, just for, for peace sake or for show or whatever. But they actually evolved into a very happy couple together and stuff. And when they broke them up after the whole fall of Krakoa and everything else in between, to rehash the X-Men and calling it From the Ashes as they did, okay, this came about. And before it ended and stuff with, I think it was the last issue of the Iron Man series or something that was all tied into the X-Men comics and everything. Emma and Tony got a divorce, were divorced, but she gave him a lot of money to make him wealthy enough again to start his own team of Avengers and everything else in between in California. So, hence the West Coast Avengers. And once again, we've got all new characters and some familiar characters, like Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, Ultron, Firestar, and War Machine. So, is this a hit or a miss? Honestly, I think it's a miss for me, because some of the stuff that was talked about in this comic, I just could not make heads or tails out of, because I have not been reading the Avengers comics since Marvel Now and everything else in between it. I have not been reading the X-Men comics since then either. So for me, this is a miss. Next, G.I. Joe, the Energon Universe, issue number 1. And I gotta tell you right now, after our review for the Duke miniseries and the Cobra Commander miniseries, this was setting it up perfectly for this series. And I gotta tell you right now, issue number 1 was off to a banging start. I can't wait to tell you more when I want to do the full review on the 6-part issue, the first 6 issues when I get the trade paperback. Because you're going to want to hear about the whole thing that's going on in this story. I mean, Baroness is one of the good guys. You also got this guy who works for the CIA and is a pain in the rear to Duke and his team, and so on and so forth. And so far, this has been a great series. I mean, I've read all the way past issue 6 already and stuff. So to do this for a hit or miss is telling you people out there, you need to get this, okay? You need to get this. Even if you can't get the single issues, get the trade paperback, okay? Because G.I. Joe, Energon Universe's G.I. Joe, number 1, is of total hit. And highly recommended too. Next up, the 4-part Aliens vs. Avengers miniseries. This was off the wall crazy right from the start. Not to mention the fact that it's aliens, xenomorphs here, versus the Avengers. Well, in all fairness of the word, it's not all the Avengers, because it's only like a handful of Avengers taking on the xenomorphs and stuff. And the big conclusion to it all in the 4th and final issue just was mind-blowing to find out that, you know, a certain villain, a certain X-Men villain is behind the reason why the xenomorphs are so eek. Yeah. So, was this a hit or a miss? This was a hit. This was a freaking hit. The problem with this one is that it extended 3 months at a time. Yeah, 3 months at a time. This came out October of 2024. First issue started in October of 2024. We didn't even get the second issue until almost freaking January. And then after that, another 3 months down the road. Then another 3 months down the road. This was a series that they wanted to extend for as long as possible. So, total hit on my end. What you to say is up to you. Up next, Deadpool and Wolverine, issue number 1. Now, this is pretty much coming off the hype of the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. The Deadpool and Wolverine are working together, they fight against each other, they bicker back and forth about things, but they're starting to get more and more cohesive as a working together partnership kind of thing, and as a team. But totally off the wall, insane. Deadpool's breaking the 4th wall like he always does, okay, and so on. Hit or miss? This is actually a hit for now. Okay, I've read all the issues up to now, and past issue 1 and stuff, and to me it was a total hit. Okay, I enjoyed the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and anyone that did will probably enjoy this comic series too. So it's a hit. Up next, Ultimate Wolverine. Now, the Ultimate Universe of Marvels has been a freaking fantastic run from Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimates, which is the Avengers basically of the Ultimate Universe. Then there was the Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko, not so much, but so on and so forth. Now we've got Ultimate Wolverine. This is basically their version of Winter Soldier, okay? Because Rasputin, the Rasputins, Illyana, and Peter, which is Colossus and Magic, okay, of this universe, along with the Maker, and so on and so forth, have all brainwashed Wolverine of this universe. And he is basically their version of the Winter Soldier. And he goes around and kills everyone. He is out killing everyone. Even his own former teammates. It's like, what? The first issue was off to a fantastic start. As it progressed, it got even more intense, more interesting, and how it all turns out is freaking fantastic. Hit or miss? Total hit. Recommended that you hit it yourselves. Up next, Sabretooth, issue number 1. This one is a bit complicated because it extends back to the whole Krakoa era stuff that was going on in X-Men before the From the Ashes stuff started, okay? After the fall of Krakoa and all that stuff. This one will leave you a little perplexed. Because if you have not been reading the X-Men stories, you haven't been reading any of the X-Men stories, basically, before the fall of Krakoa and stuff, this one will leave you a little perplexed, excuse me, because you can't tell what's going on as the story is going over and over again. And, okay, basically, Sabretooth was exiled from Krakoa. They stuck him inside the under the earth, under the land of Krakoa and stuff. And basically that's their version of sending him to hell. Okay? And so on and so forth. And basically, he's yelling there, shouting at everyone. He starts killing the X-Men over and over again and stuff. And, you know, he even rips Cyclops' jaw off at one point. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, it's a hard story to swallow and let alone follow. Because if you have not been reading those X-Men issues and stuff like that, leading to the Krakoa era and everything, it's going to be kind of hard to follow what's going on with this. So, Sabretooth issue 1, or Sabretooth series in general, is a miss. World Tree, issue number 1. Holy potatoes, as Mark would say. Okay, this series is off to a freaking off the rails right away and stuff. There's no stopping this woman. She walks into this place. She can kill anyone with her cell phone. I mean, literally, she kills them with her cell phone. She'll scramble their heads and everything in between it. And just, wow. And not to mention, she's naked a lot in this comic. And I mean, a lot. She sits around naked. She goes and kills people naked. I'm like, she walks in, towards the end of this first issue, she walks into the police station and they say, one of the officers tells her at the front desk, you know, ma'am, you need to cover up, because she is literally showing she's not wearing a bra or panties and stuff, okay? She's just literally wearing coveralls and nothing else. After she uses her cell phone to scramble all their brains and crap and kills them all, she freaking undresses completely out of the overalls and the freaking boots that she was wearing and stuff, and she walks back into the freaking cell block area, butt freaking naked, and freaking shoots this guy in the head. And I'm like, what? She shot the cop that was talking. I guess it was supposed to be a police captain or somebody that was talking to them. Talking to the two people back there and stuff, because there was the brother killed an elder bunch of people in the neighborhood or something, and he was arrested. He's sitting in a cell, and there's something weird going on with him and stuff. Well, his brother came there to get answers, find out what's going on and stuff, and he watches her walk in there butt freaking naked back there and shoots the cop in the head, then freaking goes into the cell where his brother is and says something to him, and she says, oh, you will be very well remembered, and then BAM! Shoots him right through the head. And I'm like, oh, what the hell just happened here? And what's she do after she's done? Walks out butt freaking naked afterwards and shit. Grabs her clothes off the floor and leaves. I'm like, what just happened here? The story is off to a great start. Issue 1, wow. So, but highly recommending for those that are mature enough to read this. Okay, don't show this to anyone under the age of 18 if necessary. Okay. Anyways. World Tree, issue number 1, total hit. We'll be checking out more of it when I have a chance. Defenders of the Earth, issue 1. Defenders of the Earth is a cartoon series that was in the 90s and stuff. And I think it was late 80s, early 90s, because it was based on a toy line that they did of Flash Gordon, the Phantom, the Magician guy, and the guy that works with him and stuff like that. And they were against Ming the Merciless, and the rest of his crew. The issue is basically playing out just like the cartoon series did. It's picking up on, it's got a story and going for it, telling you about the events of what happened, why is Ming the Merciless back from the dead, and so on and so forth, okay? It's based on the cartoon series, and so far it's been pretty good. I haven't read past issue 1 and stuff like that because I only have issue 1. But so far, it's pretty good. If you enjoyed the cartoon series as a kid, this will be for you. In the meantime, this is a hit for now. Wow, we got more hits than we got misses at this point. But that's about to change. Because here is Plush, number 1 of 5. Or, excuse me, 6. Excuse me. There's 6 issues. It's a 6-issue miniseries. This series is so off the wall crazy and terrible, the characters are not even likable. Seriously. This guy is our main protagonist in the freaking story. And he's not even likable. He starts the story off, basically the whole comic starts off with him being, oh, my girlfriend cheated on me and now she's pregnant with this other guy's baby and stuff. Yeah, it turns out it's her father's deputy that banged her, and she cheated on him, her fiance, with him, and got pregnant from him. So now, his family is so stupid too. His family wants him to still marry her, raise the baby as their own, and everything else in between. And he's like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Even his best friend, who gets him, who's one of those furry people and stuff. They dress up, go to parties, doing furry stuff. Okay, he dresses him up in this costume to take him to this party, to get his mind off of the cheating bitch and everything else in between it. And I'm sorry for the swearing, but there's a lot of that in here. Trust me. If you're reading it, you'll be swearing too. Anyways, the point is, he meets, just as the issue is about to end, he runs into the alleyway to puke, and because he had too much to drink, or whatever that drink was that his friend gave him and stuff, to loosen him up, so to speak. Okay, he runs outside to puke in the alleyway, and boom! He runs into the nightmare of all frickin' nightmares! People in furry suits eating another person in a furry suit. What? I could not. I don't know what's going on with that whole thing, but the cheating girlfriend, the cops are all pieces of crap, and everything else in between, and our main protagonist is just a fucking stupid idiot. Okay, I just could not say this is a hit. This is a totally terrible comic series, miniseries. It's a 6-part issue miniseries, but it's still a totally terrible book. Off the wall, yikes. And all I got to say is, I plan on reading the final issue when I get it, but if it's no good, you're going to hear about it in a full review for this one. But so far, just from issue 1, issues 1 through 5, it's a total miss. Holy Christ. And I'm sorry again about the swearing. Last on the chopping block, Genisville. Is it Genisville? Yeah, Genisville. Something like that. Anyways, the son of the original Captain Marvel. Not Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel. The son of the original Captain Marvel. The question is basically, is this a hit or a miss, because this is not your normal issue number 1. This has 4 different stories in it. 4 different stories. It's not connected in any way, shape, or form. They're just 4 different stories featuring him. And I'm like, one's kind of goofy, the other one's kind of weird, and so on. And so I'm just like, yeah, this is not a great comic. And I don't know if this was a one-shot deal or what, but this is a total miss. So, judging by our hits and misses, we got 4 misses. And that means the hits win it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 awesome hits. Yeah, I did count that right? Yeah, 6 awesome hits. So, let's hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below, Adventurous Ones. Was this helpful to you if you plan on buying these comics or something like that, or if you have these comics and just have not read them yet? Let's hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss on anything we've got going on in 2025. There's always more on the way, and you never know what I've got in mind next on this channel. Also, September is coming up next week, and you ain't gonna believe the announcement I've got for the giveaway for September. It's gonna be a good one, but it's gonna be a long one as well. Stay tuned, and be sure to check out our other videos on the channel, and go in the link down below. We are, link down below. I'm gonna link it down below too on this video, and check out the CBCA awards, because yours truly is nominated for Best Toy Unboxing or Toy or Statue Unboxing and Reviews. So, you want to see me win my first ever CBCA award? Make sure you vote down below in that, that link down below, and you go to vote. And that's it, Adventurous Ones, for this episode of the Comic Book Review Show's Hit or Miss. Again, peace out. May the force be with all of you. Every last one of you have a safe, lovely, and beautiful week out there. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your pets, loved ones in general. And please, don't listen to stupid people out there. Be smart. Use this so you don't get badly hurt, 6 feet in the ground forever, and taken away from the people that love and care about you the most. Alright? Be smart. Get them safely to those that love and care about you. And every chance you have, you let them know in return how much you love and care for them as well. Until then, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. God bless to every last one of you out there. And by God, I mean that to every one of you out there. And please be safe, like I said. And stay home with your loved ones if you need to. Okay? Until then, God bless to all of you. I'll see you all